Welcome to Oilers Nation Every Day with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
Evan Bouchard made a great defensive play. The Oilers put together a great comeback. The Jets have lost 11 in a row, and there's something out now called Ozempic penis. Let's get into it with the lead. I read what's on the prompter, and that's what's up on my Twitter right now. Apparently, there's a side effect of Ozempic called Ozempic penis. Liam, do you think it's having a positive or negative effect on people?
It's probably a lot slimmer.
I didn't know where you were going to take that. That was beautiful. Well, that's what our clients pay for. Welcome into the show. We are live from the Sports Closet studio. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca.
Presented by
Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. People are surprised by that lead. These are the things I see on my Twitter. A lot of talk about the Oilers. A lot of talk about Evan Bouchard's great defensive play to steal them a victory in Winnipeg. And a lot of talk about Ozempic.
the best way to avoid goalie conversation is to not allow any shots on goal. And the Oilers did it.
Yeah, they did.
Executed perfectly.
Just while I'm on this sort of point here, when you're watching an Oilers game, obviously the intermission is bright orange. It's brought to you by Ozempic. And when they're not telling you a very sad tale about the Oilers 50-50, they're plugging Ozempic, baby.
My buddy was on the 50-50 intermission thing last night. That was my guy who won.
And I don't mean to stereotype Aaron. Yeah. I saw him and went, I bet you that's Aaron's buddy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's also the only one under 40.
Shout out Donovan.
The most insane sponsorship.
Okay, but do you know like 50% of the ads you watch during an Oilers game are Ozempic or Ozempic adjacent? We Govey? You see that one?
I just cannot take my eyes off the Ozempic one because I'm just stunned by it every time. But no, I haven't seen the other one.
Rebelsis? I got an order for Rebelsis. That's just Ozempic, bro.
Oh, what's the Viagra one? Asher Doctor. Is that the one? But I don't think it's...
Phoenix.
Is that what they call it?
Phoenix is a site where I think you can just go and you can get like hair loss things too. My hair's fine, everybody.
Mine's not. I'm in trouble.
I got my shit lined up for real the other day.
You wouldn't believe
You think you're in trouble?
You want me to zoom in?
No,
I don't think you're...
Front's fine.
Oh. Ooh. You know who needs to go to that Phoenix website? Gabe Velarde. He went off the ice the other day at the end of the first period when his helmet got knocked off, and I was like, oh boy, poor Gabe Velarde. Anyways, it's all right.
Now he's self-conscious.
You're like Kenny from South Park.
I'm breathing into the mic because I can't breathe. I had so much dairy this morning.
Yeah, well, you did get Eli's going to bring you a tee up.
I'm balding.
You're not balding.
And now I have Ozempic penis.
You're not balding.
I'm not growing, I'll say that much.
I stepped on a scale today.
I actually don't have one of those in my house because it wouldn't be good.
Amen, brother.
I went on a treadmill last night.
Yeah, I rode the bike last night.
A steady incline on my treadmill because it's better for you to walk on an incline.
Yeah, of course.
My knee is killing me today. I am in a lot of pain.
That's your bad knee, though.
Yeah, I know, but it feels terrible. It's felt as bad as it has in a long time.
You're not even 30 yet, right?
I'm 30 in just over 4 months.
God.
There's
some of these comments. We're not reading them. They're funny. Make the betting punishment. Liam has to go to Turkey.
God, that would be a nightmare to get to from Canada.
Oh yeah, potentially.
That's why, there's certain places I would love to. I would love to go to Japan one day.
Yeah,
a lot of my friends have recently gone. I think Tokyo would be.
I don't think Japan's that bad to get to.
But I think it's like an 11-hour flight.
I think my buddy Robbie did. I thought he said it was he went to Vancouver, then it was like 9 from Vancouver to Calgary.
Is that it?
And it kind of got me like, maybe I'd go. He went to a baseball game there. That seems right up my alley. Brought me back Japanese zins. Too scared to try one. Think they might mess me up a little bit too much.
There we go. 14 hours and 25-minute flight.
Yuck. Okay.
There's a connection. But I mean, that's it.
Oh, so there's probably a layover involved there too.
Yeah, with that one, you're going. Well, you're going to Vancouver, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so it's same, right?
10 hours, 15-minute flight to Narita.
And if there's prevailing winds?
Have you seen England right now?
No.
No, you wouldn't have. And if you later on in the show, we can do this maybe when Ryder's on. We're joined by Ryder from The Source today.
And Dennis Bernstein at
Dennis
at the top of the hour, who I'm hoping isn't listening to the start of the show.
They're getting absolutely killed right now by this storm.
Oh.
Well, it's crazy, honestly. Like, the winds are not like 99 mile per hour winds. Insane stuff. Alaska. You seen Alaska?
Nope.
Like cars like gone with snow.
What do you mean? Oh, just filth?
Like covered. Like
Dang.
Storm Goretti. Is that
That's the
what
one. Storm, get ready.
Someone said, let's be real, Tyler. You're not going on any flight longer than 4 hours. Real life listeners know. Yeah.
Well, we had to go to Florida. That's not close.
Buddy, I drove from Tampa to Florida. That was like 4.5 hours. That was crazy.
That is true.
Yeah.
Great game last night. Well, kind of.
Awesome hockey game. We would not be starting the show with 6 minutes of jokes about Ozempic penis if the Oilers had lost that hockey game last night. We'd be in a foul mood. But instead, we're in a great mood because Edmonton rolls out of there with a 4-3 victory. They turn on the, no pun intended, Jets at about the midway point of that game. And what was it? From the 5-minute mark of the second period to like the 10-minute mark of the third, the Jets didn't have a shot on goal.
I think it was later than the 10-minute mark of the third.
They had 5 shots in the final 40 minutes of the hockey game.
I think it was like with like 6 minutes left. They got on that. That was it. Whenever that power play happened with Roslovic, after that was their first shot on Calvin Pickard in the third period.
14-24 mark, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
It was crazy. And McDavid played a lot. And the Oilers just avoided, like I joked about it, but they avoided the issue of like, we cannot allow any more shots on goal because who knows what's going to happen. I don't know about you guys. I was stunned Calvin Pickard came out for the second period. Stunned.
And I get, like, I saw Original Posar had a post that was like, you don't want to burn Ingram because you don't want to burn one of his 10 games towards being with.
And
they're
totally
sending
fair.
down they're sending down Calvin Pickard.
And also too, live in the moment. I feel like there's certain games like this team is last in the league. They have not won a game. What is that? Was their 11th straight loss?
Yeah.
And
another 1-goal loss for the Jets.
yeah, and
my
then
heart.
you're like, oh, should we play Pickard? Should we play not? I just think they looked at it and was like, okay, it was a bad 40 seconds or whatever it was, and hopefully he can rebound from it. I'm glad it didn't happen, but very curious what would have happened if a fourth went in within the first 5 minutes. I think you would have yanked him then.
I think I agree with you on that. Someone asked in the chat right now, their username is thefart101. Is this Pickard's last game as an Oiler?
No, because Ingram, Yari won't be back for another week.
Well, and they have 2 more back-to-backs. They play
next week.
Monday, Tuesday, Chicago, Nashville, and then they play Saturday, Sunday, Vancouver, St. Louis.
Oh, this comes interesting, doesn't it? So Ingram, I would assume, plays LA on Saturday.
Yeah.
Who is incredibly banged up, by the way. Found out that. I was
Dennis Bernstein obviously covers the Kings for the fourth period. He is going to join us at the 1 o'clock, and we'll get ready for that Kings game, but continue.
So I guess you just go every other game. Pickard.
Yeah,
Chicago.
I would maybe go Ingram against Chicago and Chicago.
I just wonder if that would like you want Ingram against Vancouver.
Yeah, I have no problem going Ingram, Pickard, Ingram, Pickard.
Yeah, I suppose. Hopefully, your prediction is Pittsburgh for Jari.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ingram, Pickard, Pickard, Jari. That's how the goalies are going.
Okay.
And I do still think, I know you joked about it yesterday, I still do think they're going to run 3 goalies for a little bit. I
just can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's not for me. I thought that was my coffee. I couldn't. I just don't know if they should. You're playing Pickett and you're playing not to lose, it feels like. You know what I mean? Well, you play Ingram, there's a bit of confidence that you're playing to win these games. And I just, you look at those goals from yesterday from Ingram, that wraparound from Tanner Pearson.
Unbelievably weak.
How are you not there?
And
the other one is, I know it's a bit of deflection, whatever, I guess, but it's hard to recover from that when we just saw something less than a minute ago.
And listen, I know the broadcast is an Oilers broadcast, and they got to spin things in a positive way, and I would do the same thing if I was in their spot. When they were like, don't forget some of those stops Calvin Pickard made, that was Winnipeg fumble fucking those opportunities. That, the Gabe Vilardi one, when they were like, what a save Pickard. I'm like, nope, Gabe Vilardi just somehow didn't score. That had nothing to do with Calvin Pickard. There was another one, too, where I was like, nope, not giving Cal a lot of credit for that. And listen, I love Cal. Again, we don't need to eulogize his career because he's not gone yet. But I always feel bad when we have to roast him because great teammate has stepped up and saved this team season a handful of times now in the playoffs.
Yep.
But watching that last night, it's like so bloody apparent that he's not the guy for them anymore.
And that's fine.
It's fine. Like, the time comes. Sometimes you just know.
We got way more out of him than I thought we were ever going to get. And I feel like we've had this conversation.
Dude, when he signed that contract.
After every game he's played so far this season, we spoke, it's like, well, that wasn't very good.
Like, 871 save percentage, Liam. He's putting up Carter Hart numbers.
Should have signed him. I just... There was another stat they said on the broadcast yesterday, and I was blown away when they said it. They said if Winnipeg wants to get back to their season total from last season and match it,
undefeated,
they have to go 41-0. They are currently 0-1 since that because they obviously lost last night. But just the craziest stat. Like, how far they've fallen is nuts. And the fact that, like, it wasn't just Nyquist in the box yesterday. Nemestikov was up there too.
Healthy.
There were it's supposed to be a second line center.
There were some tricklings of Nemestikov for Mangiapane rumors. I'm not touching that shit though. No way, Jose.
I've always wondered, like, and I don't know a lot about Nemestikov, but it feels like his entire career has just been like, this guy should be able to play in this position, but he's clearly just this guy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe if he became a third-line center for the Oilers, again, I don't know a lot about him. I have to watch a bit more. Like, maybe that would be okay, but I don't think that's worth it for the Oilers to find out.
Okay, we're going to get to Ryder in a few minutes, but I want to continue our game recap. We got to give some love to another new friend of ours, Liam.
Whoa.
Back-to-back days with new friends coming on the show. Forget about it. Our game recaps going forward are brought to you by Derek Dodge. This is the beginning of a new chapter for Derek Dodge. They are under new ownership, bringing a fresh approach, new energy, and a renewed focus on customer experience. And right now, they have an unbeatable deal. Liam, with every vehicle purchase, you will receive, and this isn't a chance to win. I'm actually just reading this. This is crazy. With every vehicle purchase, you receive a trip for two to Las Vegas.
Nevada?
Yeah. Yes, you heard that right. You leave the lot with a new vehicle, and you get flights and accommodations for a trip for two to Las Vegas.
Okay.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I have been looking for a new vehicle, and I love Dodge, all of them.
My ad copy says that's tough to beat.
No shit.
That's borderline impossible to beat. Derek Dodge, visit them 6211 104th Street Northwest, or check them out online, derekdodge.com. What a deal. Derek Dodge just coming in swinging like that first day on the show. Who are you trying to show up? Capital Buick GMC? Just kidding. Kasperi Kapanen's awesome.
Cheeks.
You
can just see the pace he brings to the game is when he's going, he's going. And we don't see it all the time, of course, but like I thought him and Pods on Draisaitl's wing
awesome.
So fast. It is this is not to it kind of is. Not to discredit the guys who are not very fast on the team, like Mangiapane.
I'll discredit
and Frederic and Henrique. But the difference those two bring, and it's the same with the third line, Savoy and Howard too, is quite incredible.
God. And we roast the pro scouting. They claimed this dude on waivers last year.
Yeah.
He's got 3 points in 2 games since returning to the lineup.
There it is. Watch this.
Where's my stick?
Back pass. Goal. Pods. Way to not give up on the play, too, from Pod Colson.
I joked yesterday. I said McDavid on an all-time heater and the nicest assist of the year is going to go to Kasperi Kapanen. Eyes in the back of his head. Just a beautiful... To see Pod Colson going to the net is crazy impressive. Bruce Kurlock responded to me and said, put down the bong, Tyler. So disrespectful of Bruce to say that. And, like, obviously, I know it's not the nicest assist of the year. I was making a joke, but... having guys like this who can step into your lineup, a fourth line guy, we sung his praises yesterday, he can play up and down, who have the ability to make plays like that. Andrew Mangiapane has not made a play that nice all season.
Oh, no. Maybe in his career.
I don't know if Trent Frederic's ever made a play that nice in his career.
I think, too, good for Pods to get out of his mini little slump here. What was it, 8 and 9 games, I think it was. So.
But he is up double digits now. That's his 10th of the year. Yeah.
What was your prediction start of the year? 20?
I think 22.
22?
I
think I said around 17. Either way.
The fact they're all at even strength, too, for the most part, is really crazy impressive.
I think they all are even strength. I don't think he has one power play goal. But really impressive pass.
The pass is unreal. I love Pods. Just head down, driving to the blue paint. Look at that, man.
Yeah, work hard, skate fast, put pucks towards the net, go to the net. Like, again, we've been hammering these points home all season. So that ties the game up at 1. It wasn't tied for long because, well, again, we don't need to revisit any of them. Calvin Pickard, it's 3-1 going into the second period. The second period, Edmonton turns on the Jets about halfway through, but it was this Connor McDavid goal that really gave you hope. And honestly, with how weak the Jets are right now, and I'm talking about like the mental state, they give up this goal with 20 seconds left, and now all of a sudden, it changed the entire game. You're going into the intermission if you're Winnipeg being like, oh shit, here we go again. All we've been doing is blowing lead after lead after lead and losing 1-goal games, and now we have to go into a third period against an Oilers team who, I mean, Connor McDavid was obviously feeling it. This pass from Draisaitl was great. Loved the celebration from McDavid. I think that's everything I have on this, but it was a game changer from 97, his 29th of the year.
This was insane.
Skate to stick, and then forehand, backhand, and then back to the forehand. Disgusting.
The ice quality was so bad last night, and for McDavid to take this from his skate to stick like that, it's
crazy. Like, we've seen like every single night now. We talked about yesterday. It was like you kind of come numb to it, but like every goal is like, oh, that was better than yesterday. Like the fact he just did it so quickly against the reigning MVP was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, again, like he made UC Saros, a perennial Vezina finalist, look silly the other night. And again, on this one, like Connor Hellebuyck just has no shot. Crazy good goal. It's 3-2 heading into the third period. And then Zachary Martin Hyman at the 8:19 mark of the third period got this thing all tied up. And like, this was one of those games, I'm going to ask Ryder about this, but like, there's been some good games so far this season. And like watching them beat the wheels off of Nashville was great. This is weirdly maybe the first game where I've been like, oh, there's the old Oilers. And you did it against the worst team in the league, so like there's your asterisk. But like when they were even when they were kind of down 3-1, I wasn't like, oh man, they're out of this. But it just felt inevitable in the third period that they were going to win this hockey game.
Yeah, I did. And I thought Michael Menzies had an interesting tweet last night too. Let me find it quickly. But he basically said that the Oilers kind of gritted a win out of this. Like, they grinded away the victory in a way. Like, obviously, they grinded a score back, but like, huge block by Donnell Nurse in the first period.
Where's a Kyle Connor one-timer right off the kneecap.
Oh, my goodness.
That's got to hurt.
Freddie obviously fights Logan Stanley as well, which was a pivotal moment. I thought that
we got a super chat from Cupier who said, do you think they win the game without Frederic fighting Stanley? Like, probably. Just because it was the big guns who just found a way to finally produce some offense. But I will give Freddie full marks for fighting a guy who's 6'7".
Yeah, and also, too, Stanley at the end of this acting like he just beat the wheels off Frederic was quite hilarious because he just didn't.
Counterpoint, Frederic putting the hands up at the end and being like, don't hit me again.
Well, I thought that was good that Stanley, well, he's like on your knees, right? I think it's like a vulnerable position to be in, especially when you're on the ice.
Freddie held his own, though. I get what you're saying.
I think he's the only one that got a good punch. Stanley missed everything. He didn't do anything.
And
like, he just like keeps him at reach, misses every punch. But yeah, I turtle there too. But he won the fight, I would say.
Yeah.
And then Stanley, like, come on, buddy.
Well,
you're a pretty pathetic player, to be honest.
There's speculation he might get 5x5 this summer.
Good. I hope he does. I think Winnipeg should re-sign him. As you know, I think the LA Kings should sign him.
Ooh, that's a Ken Holland special.
Park him right next to CeCe. That'd be a good idea.
I know we're kind of a little all over the place here, but Liam, your tease here.
Thanks, Eli.
3-3, Oilers get a power play, and the first half of this power play, I was kind of sitting there being like, ooh, they maybe don't have it on this one. Like, Winnipeg was carrying the puck up the ice a little bit. Edmonton couldn't get set up in the zone, all of that. But then they get one rush the other way. Evan Bouchard saves a goal. That's the other moment where, like, I think the broadcast was maybe trying to give Calvin Pickard some credit, but it was like, that was all Bouch pulling that one off the line. Yeah. And then Bouch roofs it on Connor Hellebuyck, and the Oilers are up 4-3. And again, like, felt inevitable that they were going to win this hockey game. Bouch fires this one home. I kicked my feet up the rest of the night. I wasn't worried for a second.
No, I wasn't, because Winnipeg's offense just died.
It's terrible.
It just disappeared from everywhere.
Like, even when they're down by a goal, they had 9 minutes to try come back, and they had, 2 shots in that 9 minutes?
Yeah, whatever. It was terrible. Too low, whatever the number was. I thought Gregor made the point a lot before the game, too, of like, both these teams are 32nd and 31st in the league when the other team, if the other team scores first, they lose. The Oilers have won 3 games this season when they have not been the first team to score. And the last time they did it was a Columbus game when they somehow came back and won out of nowhere. So it was good to see them, like you said, kind of find their identity of the past a little bit and get some offense going. And As much as it was like the top two lines getting all the scoring, I thought the team played relatively well offensively. That third line, really exciting.
So that was my last question. Then we'll get to Ryder. Roslovic, Howard, Savoy play 8:48 together at 5-on-5. Shot attempts were 10-5 for the Oilers. Shots were 7-3, but they were on the ice for both goals.
But
against.
I think both of them weren't their faults. I don't know. I didn't see that as like
I agree.
They didn't really make errors. Like wasn't Spencer Stastny. He was -3 in the first period.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, none of those are on him. Like
Yeah,
it just
you're
kind of. I think sometimes you just get caught in the situation, and I don't think either of those goals should have gone in that Winnipeg got in the, 2 and 3. So I'm happy with them, and I'm also glad that Knobloch recognized that also wasn't their fault.
Yeah, because he kept playing.
Just kept going.
That's fair. All right.
Did you guys live bet the comeback?
No, but I did hit my game day bet, and so did you.
And Jay
did not because he had
the
the
over.
under. Yeah.
Classic Jay. The gap widens. Let's get to our first guest. Ryder from the Sauce is brought to you by Oodle Noodle. You can take advantage of the value menu deal and add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2 on any signature or premium box. In-store, takeout only, oodlenoodle.ca. A Ryder from the Sauce, back glowing, nice and tanned.
Yes, feeling great. This is the first day I'm not hungover, and I've been back for 4 days.
At what age did you start getting the multi-day hangovers?
I would say
I live in fear of when that starts happening to me.
I'm already getting
I mean, it's right around 40.
Okay.
And, like, it's the first day hangover is more like hangxiety. Like, you're just, like, don't feel like yourself, and you're like, man, I probably shouldn't have sent it so hard. But then the next day, you actually feel ill. Like, maybe it's dehydration or whatever.
You were obviously in Arizona.
Whereabouts in Phoenix did you go?
We were in Scottsdale for the most part.
Cool.
Yeah.
You golfed 4 times?
Yeah.
So when you're back at home and you put the clubs away, winter comes, are you like a golf sim guy, or was that like the first time you were swinging the stick since the golf season ended?
That was the first time since the golf season ended, and I was pumped. I think I put up between 80 and 85 every round.
Damn. Okay, I was going to say like where were the scores, but that's legit.
Yeah, and like you play up to guys that are really good and play down to guys that are bad. I usually do anyway. Like I'll have my best games when I'm with somebody who's good, but all the guys I was on the trip with sucked. Like they all played terrible, and I just lit them up the whole time. It was great.
What's your handicap?
I would probably say it's about a 10.
Nice.
No, that's really good. That's legit. I can't wait to do golf content together this summer.
Yeah, let's
That
do
is something
it.
I'm very excited for.
For sure.
Me too.
That
You
tea's
gotta
delicious,
drag-
by the way. Is
There milk in this, Eli? Oh, thank God. That would really defeat the purpose of this tea right now.
What kind of tea did you think it was?
Well, I just tasted it. It was really when I brought it over to you. Apple cinnamon, is it?
I think it's vanilla chai.
just
I got made fun of for drinking apple cinnamon tea the other day, and I'm still not over it.
I think I was here for that
Oh, yeah, you were.
chirp session.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh, well.
We had a lot of input on the coffee debate yesterday on pre and post from voicemails as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we did.
yeah. Where do you come out on me going cream before coffee?
Well, I feel like you put the milk in last on a paralyzer, or else you'll curdle the drink. So I feel like there's some truth to that. Like maybe it's not different when it's hot, but I've always put the milk in last because I learned don't put it in first; it'll curdle. I don't know if that's the way with coffee, but.
I mean, I'm not using true dairy products, so maybe that messes with it. We did have, Aaron, didn't someone leave like a 5-minute voicemail on pre-gaming about this?
Yeah, he's called 5 different coffee shops in a name. He left one voicemail, 8 minutes later another, which I believe that he called 5, and he said, I don't know, it was confusing. It was Dre, and it was that 80% they say of the time that they put the cream in last, unless somebody specifically requests it that it goes in first. But the curdling thing confuses the hell out of me, and I don't even want to talk about it.
Sorry for bringing it up.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that word means. Like,
Curdle?
yeah.
It means it like thickens,
It
basically.
makes like it bumpy inside
Yeah.
or something.
not good. It's not something you want.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cream milk first, stir as you pour. That's too much of a step.
Oh, that's interesting.
The fancier the coffee too that you're putting cream into, the more you'd want to put it at the end because then you can get decorative,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah,
can do like the
that's
little
what I do.
ferns or whatever.
Yeah, a little leaf on the top.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Oilers come back, beat the Jets last night. I had the take. that it felt like these last 2 games, like, all right, the Oilers have the ability to beat the shit out of a team. Oilers still have that old kind of comeback jam in them, which we really haven't seen a ton this year.
Yeah, I felt that fight was a big turnaround, and then immediately after, it felt like one of those games that we could have been down 1 or we could have been down 4, and I thought we were going to come back. And that hasn't been around this season that much, so I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It just felt like the comeback was inevitable.
Okay, fine, we'll do this. Kiefer is in. Do you put your socks on first or your pants?
Pants.
It depends on if you're going long or short socks with your outfit.
True.
Pants.
Right? Like if you're wearing these kind of pants with the elastic, like joggers with the elastic on the bottom, you pretty much have to go short socks with those because it's a weird look otherwise. But like it'd be impossible to put these pants on and then roll up high socks and then
I think
fiddle around. It's situational, I think.
Situational
Hockey.
Certainly situational. But always pants. Because I only wear short ankle socks anyway. So
but like if you're dress pants, if you're going to a wedding, socks have to go on first.
Interesting.
Way she goes.
I don't know. To be honest, I always wear shorts around my house, maximum amount of time. And then when I go to leave, I put on pants.
Really?
What kind of socks do you wear with your shorts at home?
It depends on the day of the week, but typically just my white Pumas.
Okay. Yeah. Are you a socks guy? Or are you walking around the house barefoot?
I'm usually a socks guy, and then I leave them all over the house, which really pisses Lisa off.
Oh, dude, you're like Amber.
I do that too. And so does my fiance, and we just hate that we both do it, but we live with it.
Well, you're not going to get up and make yourself uncomfortable to go put your socks somewhere. Like, that's the whole point of taking the socks off. So, like, what do you want from me?
But then Amber sits there and is like, my feet are cold. And I'm like, wear socks. There's 12 pairs of socks within an arm's length of you because you kicked them off all day. And it's like, my feet are cold. Anyways, I don't need to get into that now. Last night felt like the old Oilers were back.
Yeah, I did. What do you make of this Calvin Pickard situation?
I mean, I think we know at this point what he gives the Oilers. And I think with Ingram, we don't quite know yet, but I do feel a lot safer when he's in net. Like I feel like I'm not breathing the same when Pickard's in. Because I'm like, I'm just worried all
Every
game.
shot can go in, as we saw last night.
Whereas Ingram, there's just like a more peaceful.
I don't remember the last time I felt that way about an Oilers goalie. Where I thought, for a long term.
I would say rookie year Stuart Skinner, to be
Skinner
fair.
was good
Cam
one.
Talbot.
Yeah, it probably was Cam Talbot. Where I was like, okay, I know this guy's going to give me a shift tonight.
Yeah.
But even Skinner at that time, that's probably the right one. Rookie year Skinner. There was so much unknown with him too. You didn't really know what he was at the end of the day. And
It was like, when is this going to fall apart?
yeah, a little bit. But now it's just like, okay, yeah, and we don't really know Jari too much, but I do feel more comfortable with him around at least.
Well, and I think it became very apparent that we needed to change the tandem. And so just do it. Like, rip the Band-Aid off. We got 2 new goalies, and let's start looking at other problems.
And I don't really like Skinner's doing well in Pittsburgh now, but I don't really care. You know what I mean?
I hope he does well.
I hope he does well too. But like, it's not like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter like talking about it. It's just like, he's gone. Like whatever, it doesn't matter anymore.
Well, you can't undo it.
No,
And,
exactly.
I like Stuart Skinner, the guy. I also liked Stuart Skinner, the goalie. So maybe I know I'm in the minority on that. But like, yeah, I'm not the least bit bothered if Stu Skinner goes and he has like 3 games above a 940 or something in Pittsburgh. Like, good on him, man. Go salvage your career, I guess you could say. The only thing I don't like is there's Penguins fans who are like, oh, good on, like, look at how Penguins fans are embracing Stu after that last fan base treated him so bad. I'm like, oh my God. Get over yourselves, Penguins fans.
If he like Vesna's next year, I'll have an
would
issue.
suck. Yeah,
then I'd be upset.
Then
But like if he's a capable goalie for Pittsburgh,
then
go
we're in
get
the Dubnyk situation if
Yeah,
that happens. That honestly would be a big kick to the nuts. Yeah.
Andrew says it was tough watching him play well and Pickard lay an egg. Again, like not even connected because you wanted to do the Jari thing. You had to make the money work because Pittsburgh wasn't going to retain. So, like, this was the bet you had to make. It's not like the Oilers at the 12th hour, right as they were about to send that trade to NHL head office. It's not like the Penguins were like, you know what? Just pick one of Skinner or Pickard because then it's a different conversation. But, like, it had to be Stu who went out the door if you wanted to make that trade happen. So, I'm with you guys. I'm not sweating it too hard.
Do we know what the issue is with Jari exactly, or are they just saying
it's probably groin. I would
groin.
think. Yeah. Also, Andrew, there's no way you watched the Pittsburgh game yesterday. You're lying to us.
You don't think he's a 2TV guy?
No, not for a Penguins game. Who'd they even play?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I know Sidney Crosby gave him like the hard worker helmet of the game.
Twice now he's got that. Someone else playing this. Oh boy.
I'd take anything from Sidney Crosby.
Oh, I would too.
Yeah.
Like, even if he was like, hey, great game, kiss me on the mouth, I'd be like, thanks.
Yeah, even just to tell people you've done it. Yeah. I'd be more than happy to do that.
B. Werther puts in the chat. I scrolls by, but he basically puts Stu's stat line for the last 3 games, and he has like a 961.
Oh.
But it's also in the first 2 games, he had like an 801.
Yeah, he was
Like,
there.
okay, so
3 games into his Penguins tenure, they were like, wave him.
Yeah, like so.
And that same fan base
I'm glad
now
he's
is like-
doing well. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know. I don't want to nitpick stats on him because he was clearly terrible for 2 games, and then he's going on a good streak and found his game, which is good. It's actually exactly what he did in Edmonton most of the time.
When the Oilers beat the shit out of the Canucks, I laugh, like a full belly laugh. I'm so happy. When the Oilers beat the Flames, I laugh. Watching the Jets struggle is a little sad for me. I don't have the same hatred for that fan base that I do for other fan bases, and I still view Winnipeg as like an Edmonton adjacent city where I'm like, God, like all that market has is their Jets, and to watch the Jets suck, I'm like, I was sad watching like the fans all be like, no.
I think the other side of it too is, which I agree with. I feel the same way about Winnipeg, is that they've had their team stripped from them before,
Yeah.
and I just don't want it to get to the point in Winnipeg where it's like that bad that it's considered ever again. Which I don't know if the NHL would ever get there, but I'm sure they didn't think it originally too. I don't know the history of how they ended up leaving, but I just want them to be good enough. You know what I mean? Like, but they've never, like, to be fair to them, since they moved to Atlanta, what's the highest they've picked? Probably Scheifele, which was what, 9th overall. The first
And that was the first year because remember he just put on the black NHL jersey at his draft.
Yeah,
They weren't called the Jets yet or whatever.
Yeah, I hope they just stay relevant.
And like you said, the fan base is pretty likable, like fairly tame and respectful on Twitter in comparison to some of our other teams that we see a lot.
Yeah. Vancouver.
When I was in Winnipeg too,
they picked second Patrick Laine. Sorry.
There you go.
Good point.
Yeah.
When you're in Winnipeg.
At the Grey Cup, the people there are lovely. Like I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been to Winnipeg. I've always just made fun of it, but it was such a good time. And the fan base, like for the Bombers, they showed up and the Bombers weren't even in the Grey Cup, and they were awesome.
Even though it's a rival of the Riders and Riders were there, like all that stuff.
They were deadly. And they have a thing called the Booby Game. Have you ever heard of this?
No, but I think I'll like it.
So apparently, like whatever game is going to be the hottest temperature-wise in the summer for the Bombers, people know is likely going to be the Booby Game. And it starts with just one lady flashing the Jumbotron when she's on. And as soon as somebody does, everybody gets behind that it's the Booby Game. And it happens like 6, 7, 8, 9 times. They have records for how many sets have been on the Jumbotron.
And the team plays along?
And yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Well, like the team doesn't start flashing, but like the team, I can't really help it because it'll just be like a stray. They'll have like fans cheering and somebody in the background will do it.
I see.
But my buddy was telling me about it, and he's like, "I missed it one year, and I'll never forgive myself."
But yeah, like it sucks that they're so bad. I would also say that if there is a year to be bad in the Central, it's the year when Colorado, Dallas, and Minnie all look like juggernauts. So it's like, if there is a year where you're going to like pick third overall, then like that's probably fine.
It's also the year that the draft is deep at the top. Like there's like 5 or 6 guys you could go within the top 3, right? Like, and maybe that's not always a good thing because maybe there's not like a clear top 3 is kind of what you want, I suppose. But like, if you get the 5th overall pick, you might end up with like a franchise defenseman, for example. There's a lot of talent. So I don't think Winnipeg obviously wants to be there. I'm assuming they have their first round pick this year. They do. But they're in a tough spot too because they can't really sell much off to get anything. We went through the exercise yesterday and it's just like, what do? Sell off Nino Niederreiter, I guess? Like that's about it.
I don't remember a team going from that good as they were regular season last year to this bad ever in my life.
I don't think there's ever been a President's Trophy team that finished last.
So I have a really interesting theory that I started looking at yesterday on the show, and then I dug into it a little bit more after when I was watching the game. But usually, like last year, the Winnipeg Jets were the second best team in the NHL when it came to win percentage in 1-goal games. They won a ton of 1-goal games. Obviously, Connor Hellebuck being the MVP is a big part.
That'll help.
But I'm going to give you the top 5 teams last year in winning percentage in 1-goal games. And I think there's an interesting trend. Number 1 was Toronto. Way worse than expectations this year. Winnipeg was 2. Florida was 3. They're worse than expectations. Ottawa's 4. Dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And number 5 was Minnesota. A little bit different because they got Hughes and
They changed their team.
You should have just done the top 4.
So but all the top 4. If you go back the year before that, 2023-24, the number 1 team in the league in 1-goal games was the Rangers. The year they had 114 points. The next season they were awful, missed the playoffs. St. Louis was number 2. They got into the playoffs on a tiebreaker.
Right.
And Nashville was number 3. They went from making the playoffs to being absolutely miserable. You can go back the year before that even. Boston was number 1. That was the 135-point year. Next year, they missed the playoffs.
Whoa. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
It's quite the trend. So who is it this year?
I can get you that answer in 2 seconds. I
just hope the Oilers aren't top 5.
Yeah.
So the top 5, interesting enough, this year is Florida,
Okay.
who've stuck around. New Jersey, weirdly enough, that's maybe more of a product of the fact that when they lose, they get their shit kicked in.
Smoked, yeah.
Carolina's 3, Detroit's 4, and San Jose's 5.
Okay.
Islanders are 6.
Where are the Oilers?
The Oilers are
I feel like they've not been in a lot of close games.
24th.
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
That right? But like think about and with the
Right where we want 'em.
with the league being as close as it is, think about that, right? Like
Makes
how many
sense.
games, even last night, Winnipeg misses on the Velarde chance, the puck gets pulled off the goal line, goes back the other way. There's so many things in a game where it's not even like a product of how well you did or didn't play as much as those things usually even out. It's like, did you hit less goalposts than the other team?
Yeah. What I liked about last game too, which isn't surprising, is that when you're playing Hellebuck, like all the goals last night were incredible. We did incredible things to score. And like, there's a lot of nights if you don't have incredible goals, if you don't hit that shot that Hyman hit.
I like calling him Zyman.
Yeah, it sounded
worked.
good. It came off nice. Or like the pass that was made to Podkolzin or McDavid's little scramble in front of the net that was just beautiful. You're not beating Hellebuck a lot of nights. So I was like, hell yeah, Oilers. When we play those great goalies, I know he's not having the best year this year at all, but when you're playing a great goalie, you need to score highlight reel goals sometimes. So that was pretty dope that we're doing that.
That was dope. Noah Gregor is on waivers today. 775,000. The local lad who every single summer doesn't sign a contract till 2 weeks after free agency begins and never picks Edmonton. Would you take him?
So Florida's waving.
He's a
him.
lefty.
1-goal lefty. I don't think I want a lefty in the bottom 6. I think you got enough.
Play
Yeah, I'm
both
good.
sides, I guess.
I'll pass 1 goal in 24 games. I think
He
I'm
does
okay.
have a two-way. Oh, it's a two-way contract. He's still waiver.
If I say yes, will his uncle Jason follow me back on Twitter?
Jason Gregor doesn't play on Twitter.
I don't know. Last time I checked. So yeah, I'd like him.
So about 10
Get
minutes
him.
before the show, still nothing from Gregor.
One more note, just because it ties into what we were talking about earlier. If the season ended today, there is a over 50% chance that a Western Canadian team would pick first overall. That's crazy, because the bottom 3 are now Winnipeg, Vancouver, Calgary. Also, you want to know something else that's
Do you
funny?
count Winnipeg as Western Canadian?
Yeah.
I know, it's interesting. They are kind of right in the middle, aren't they?
Yeah,
I'd say
but
Central.
Yeah, I agree with what you say. No, either way, just being nitpicky.
point stands. It's also a very funny time to remember that the Ottawa Senators, who are currently slated to pick 12th overall and are tumbling in the standings, have to forfeit their first-round pick this year.
Yeah, I heard
Anything
that.
going on in Ottawa recently?
Nope.
No.
Nothing that I've heard about.
Yikes.
Why do they? Oh, they're doing it because of the Dadnoff thing.
Yeah, and they could have given up last year's pick, and they didn't. And they made the playoffs last year
Why would you not give up last year?
because they were like, well, what if we get better?
What if you get worse?
Ruh-roh. That's not good.
Damn.
Imagine if they have to forfeit and it's a first overall,
They would surely they would.
which it's
appeal to
possible
St.
the way
Louis.
they're tumbling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, who gets it? Who gets the pick?
No
one.
one. There's just
Just
going to be
gone.
one less
Oh.
pick in the draft.
This happened a
Interesting.
few years ago with Arizona.
New Jersey with the Kovalchuk deal.
Arizona did it by working those players out. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
I think it ended up being like the 12th overall pick or something.
They had to
like
forfeit
that.
it?
Yeah, and they forfeited the pick.
Crazy.
Too bad. Maybe don't cheat.
Yep. We had someone else in the comments who, well, that's a good point. Someone else in the comments said, if Stu wins the Vezina one day, I won't be pissed as long as the Oilers win the Stanley Cup. And it's like, that goes back to my old line of like, if my team, any of them, go Bills, if the Jays would have won the World, I don't give a shit. You get 5 years if you win, where I will not care one lick about anything else that happens.
If the Oilers win the Cup, this show's going to suck.
Oh, yeah, I will. It'll be like 3.5 years after the Oilers won the Cup, and people will be like, God, they've lost 4 in a row. And I'll be like,
yeah,
who cares?
Away she goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair though. I mean, it's so true. Like, you chase the dream.
Yeah.
Once you got it, like, not like you want to see him continue success. Obviously, like everyone does. But it's like, what happens after does become slightly more irrelevant.
I feel like with the legacy of McDavid and Draisaitl, though, like one doesn't necessarily feel like enough.
That is fair. And maybe the Oilers are in a different spot because, again, if you would have told an Oilers fan the day Connor McDavid was drafted, how many cups do you think you'll have on January 1, 2026? They probably would have been like 2, 3, I don't know.
Yeah.
How many did Sid have? So you're right. You probably do want the Oilers to win a couple. But at this point...
But it nulls the pain if it doesn't happen. It's kind of the point, right?
Yeah, and like Ovi, right? Like if you would have told the Capitals fan at the beginning of Ovi's career, how many cups? They would have been like 3, 4.
Yeah.
They finally got their one. And because, like, if Connor would have won one in year 4... and now we were sitting here year 10, 11, 12 being like, he doesn't have another one, I would still feel the same angst to have him get another. I feel like because we've gone for so long, it's just like, just give me just one.
Okay, quick question. Would you rather take a 50% chance of the Oilers winning 3 cups in the next 5 years or a 100% chance that we get one?
One. Wait, 50% chance
that
they
we
get
win
3.
So like
So there's a
50%
chance
chance.
Dynasty number 2
Just
for the
one.
Oilers, pretty much.
Give me one. I'm good with just one.
Really?
I will.
Well, I guess 50% chance to win 3 still implies that you would probably win 1.
No, it's 3 or 0.
Oh, then 1.
Okay.
I think about.
I can't do it again. We're going to be a dynasty of losing in the finals right away, and I'm
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of good with that.
The Leafs,
You know?
the Leafs play-by-play guy, Jim Bowen. He's worked with the team for 47 years, being the radio play-by-play guy, and it's his last year, so they did a big celebration for him. 47 years of calling their games, and he never saw them win a Stanley Cup. That thought, as much as I don't like being the doom and gloom guy, that thought has dawned on me. That, like, what if that, like, there's never a guarantee. We're halfway through McDavid's career. And all that is just say 1. Just get me 1.
And that's crazy that all 47 of those years, the fan base thought they were going to win that year.
Yeah. I mean, like, to an extent, like, legitimately, yeah. That's crazy. That's also how I was going to tie this into Blue Jays talk, where, like, some Jays fans are upset because it seems like Bo Bichette's not going to come back. Philly's the hot rumor for Bichette. But there is still all that Kyle Tucker smoke. People are like, oh, but I wanted to see Bo and Vladdy win one together. But I'm of the belief of, like, I do not care how they do it. Whoever you need to get rid of, whoever you need to trade, just win one. Yeah. And if they win next year and Bo Bichette's not there, I'm not going to, like, lose any sleep being like, oh, I wish it would have been with Bo. I'll just be so happy that they won one.
Bo with the hair, I would have been sad about. Bo without the hair, I don't have as much attachment to.
The flow is what did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he still had the flow, I'd be like, sign the damn man immediately.
But the idea of them getting Kyle Tucker is exciting to me.
Yeah, for sure. And I did a little deep dive into, is it Okamoto?
Yeah.
I should have deep dived his name more so I didn't have to check. But he is a power hitter, but he's like a 300 average hitter. Like that combination you don't see very much.
I don't think he projects to do. He won't hit 30 bombs for the Jays, but he has that power in his game. And you're right, he's a bat to ball guy, which is what the Jays love. That's who they target. That's why they like Tucker so much, because he has power, but like walks a lot, can work counts. He gets on base really, really well. Like, again, I love Bo. Kyle Tucker's like he's a way, way, way better hitter.
Do the Blue Jays mirror, like, they go for the money ball side of things in a way? Like, not the money side of it.
Yeah.
But like the way they seek plays, is it similar in that regard?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Like they want get on base. They want guys who are like, I think in a way, like good ball players. The analytical movement in baseball has almost come like weirdly full circle.
Going
where
back?
like, yeah, it's kind of come back where like the old school mindset of like, you work hard, you get on base and like all this, like for a while the analytics had flipped to like You just want guys who mash. A home run's the most valuable play in the sport, so fill your lineup with guys who mash. And what it created was just like high volatility season to season, where I think a team like the Jays now, the analytics is flipped back to like bat on ball. You stay consistent. Cool. If you're a good, consistent ball club, you're probably going to win 90 to 92 games or 88 to 92 games, and that's all you need to get in the playoffs nowadays.
Interesting.
Spend in playoffs.
Do you know there was something similar to this? Pete DeBoer was on the sheet yesterday with Jeff Merrick. I would highly recommend you go listen to it if you haven't. It was very, very good conversation. I would say Pete DeBoer, to me, I always thought he was just like an angry man. He's very down to earth. He seemed very relaxed. And obviously he isn't coaching anymore. I'm sure that's a big part of it too. Well, one thing he said that was similar was he's been, when he's coaching, the ideas in the NHL are all very similar. And it's a copycat league. Like one guy has it, and you kind of go. And he was talking about when he went to the cup final. Sorry, with the Devils, he was playing. I think he said a 1-3-1, and he was like one of the very few coaches that was doing it in the league. He might have been the first guy to kind of bring it back in a way. And he said in the NHL, teams are unwilling to experiment with their systems and other ideas because it's all about winning. Where in Europe, they're willing to lose every single game in a season to try and figure something new out and adapt to new ways to win hockey games. And he said it's been interesting for him to like watch European hockey more, to like try and bring more ideas over to North America, which I found very interesting because we all like kind of look down on European hockey in a way because it's obviously just not as good. But I think European hockey is the way he put it, and I've seen it too with some of the stuff I've seen, is like a bit more advanced than the NHL in some ways, which I found very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I just hope that 1-3-1 doesn't come back because that was boring as hell.
Yeah, it
Team
was
Canada at
boring.
the Olympics 1-3-1, winning every game 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron, you had a game for us to play before we let Ryder go, and I know we've kept you an incredibly long time.
Yeah, that's right. A little Friday Fun Zone. We haven't done it in a minute. So me and Liam were discussing before. So Patrick Kane last night hit 500 career goals in the NHL. What up? But then I was kind of playing around with, you know, who has more, who has less of some hockey legends. So I'm going to have you guys play, basically, who has more goals in their career or who has less. We will start with our pal, Patrick Kane, American legend.
500 goals.
500 goals.
Tied for 49th all time with Landy McDonald.
And
Okay,
I want
so we
you
know
to tell
he's
me,
the same as Lanny.
does he have more or less goals than Jeremy Roenick? Another American stud.
Got to be more. Jeremy's got to have more.
Well, so
The reason I would say that is because the conversation isn't always, is it Modano or Roenick who's the better American player?
So he's the sixth American, Kane is sixth American-born player to ever hit 500. So who would the five? Modano. Yeah, I think JR's up there.
He might has to be.
He's got to be if that's the case.
Yeah,
I was going to take Kane just because there was so much less scoring when Roenick was playing.
But he played for a while too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think when he first came in, he might have caught the end of the high-scoring era, and
Yeah,
then it
that's
died.
fair.
I think we're gonna say Roenick.
Yeah.
Jeremy Roenick had 513 goals in his NHL career.
Nice.
Next up, does Jeremy Roenick's 513, is that more or less than Mike Modano, who you just mentioned?
Modano has to have more.
Yeah, Modano has to have more then. Totally more.
Right, Ryder?
Well, he's got to have more, but what was... Oh, it was his 1,000th game that he didn't get to play.
Yeah,
What, didn't he get benched on like 9.99 or
Yeah, he
something?
didn't-
Or what? It wasn't
yeah.
a point thing?
He didn't... whatever the milestone was, he was one game short.
short.
It might have been 1,000 games. So
It
does that
wasn't
mean...
499 goals by chance then.
No, it's definitely games because he was
Games, okay.
healthy scratch. So
So
does
I'd
that
say
mean he
more.
has less? 'Cause I feel like Roenick played more than 1,000 games.
I think that might have been game 1,500 he got scratched for.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's no way he only played 1,000 games.
He probably played 1,000 for Dallas alone, and then he got scratched because it was Babcock in Detroit that scratched him. I bet you it was game 1,500, so I bet you it's more.
So we're going more.
Let's go Modano.
Jeremy Roenick had 513. Mike Modano, 561.
Yes.
We actually did a bit.
Correct,
How many
correct.
games was it? Do we know that? I'll look that up.
Well, it's either 14.99 or...
He might have honestly finished at 14.99.
That's an insane amount of games.
Yeah, 14.99.
14.99.
And I think the Red Wings that year were out of the playoffs, and Babcock just didn't play in
He
the
only
last
played
year.
40 games for the Red Wings that year.
Crazy. Do we have another one?
Yep. The next one, so I'm just going to carry over with the next person. Modano, 561. Does he have more or less than Sergei Fedorov?
So he played for a sneaky long time.
And
Fedorov,
was lights out
And was
for
really
so
good.
many years. And the white was it the white gloves?
White skates.
White skates. God, they
Like
were
for
awesome.
Columbus too, right?
Yeah, and they
Towards
tried
the
to
end?
turn him into a defenseman.
I'm going to say Fedorov has more. That's my guess.
I think if they were trying to turn him into a defenseman,
560's high. I actually think
I know.
Fedorov might be a tick below
well, he would have scored in those teams. Hall, whatever.
those
it
Red
was.
Wings teams.
Yeah,
I mean, who wasn't? Like, they saw
I'm
the
gonna say
Yzerman.
I think
Shanahan
less.
led them in scoring one year.
I'll agree that it's
I'll agree less. Yeah, I'll go less.
Mike Modano at 561. Fedorov, 483.
Wow.
It just feels like he
Significantly
would have
less.
more.
I can't believe he didn't hit 500, honestly. Okay, interesting. Chat was on him from
Sergei
less.
Fedorov at 483. I want you to tell me, does he have more or less than Ilya Kovalchuk's NHL career? Similar type guy.
Kovalchuk laughed when he was like 33.
Yeah.
Fedorov more.
Yeah, I bet you Kovalchuk's like like 420, 430.
Okay, so I pulled up Fedorov because I wanted to know. So yeah, he had 483 goals. He had one 50-goal season, and basically everything else was 30 goals. Did Kovalchuk have a 50 goal? He had one, right? Did he have two? If he had two, then I think we're going over. I don't remember.
I just think when he fell, but remember he came back and had that little second career.
With
Montreal.
Was it Montreal?
Washington, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Ryder, you pick.
I'm going Kovalchuk has less than Fedorov.
I agree with that.
And Ryder would be correct.
Nice.
40 less goals.
We haven't gotten one wrong yet.
483 to 443.
And these are all out of our era. Ryder, this is prime.
Yeah, I made this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kovalchuk's at 443. Brad Marchand, does he have more or
Ooh,
less
good
than
one.
Kovalchuk's 443? He's got 1,000 points.
He does have 1,000 points. Does that mean he has I just don't
Less.
see Marchand to have if he has 1,000 points, I don't see him having 700 assists. You know what I mean?
I think he has like 650 assists and like 350 goals.
That makes sense. He's
Early
not
in his
like
career.
a true goal scorer. He's a goal scorer.
I think
He
this
gets
is an
in there.
easy less.
Yeah, I'd say less for sure.
I feel like this is the sneaky more, but majority rules.
Well, how much? What was Kovalchuk at?
443.
Oh, it's less.
Less.
Well, Liam, you should have stuck to your gut because Brad Marchand has 4 more goals than Ilya Kovalchuk. I was shocked when I read that.
That's
the
like the
first one we got
Jack
wrong.
Harris stat all over again.
Marchand is 447.
Wonder how many people in the chat are Googling it and then
Yeah,
posting
playing along.
just so that they look real smart. I would have done that for sure.
So Marchand had 4 straight seasons of 34 plus goals.
That's really interesting. I did not think he had that kind of goal scoring. All right.
Maybe I'll do a couple more here, like 2 more.
Yeah, we got
Brad Marchand, 447. Paul Correa, more or less?
Oh, injuries killed him, didn't it?
I'll say less.
Yeah, I'd go less on
I
that.
think, yeah, less.
Okay. It is less, 402 for him. And then the final one, Paul Correa is 402 to Daniel Sedin.
Oh, gotta be more.
Gotta be more
Which
too.
one was the fucking goal scorer?
Daniel was the goal
Daniel,
scorer.
I think, scored more than Henrik. Yeah.
Okay,
I
then
think
more.
Daniel had at least 2 or 3 40-goal seasons, maybe more.
Yeah, I like more here. And he
Yeah.
played so long.
Yeah.
They played
Cut.
forever and they were never hurt.
I would say Sedin.
Final one, Correa had 402. Daniel Sedin, 393.
Damn it.
So did Henrik have more than Daniel?
No, I don't think so.
No.
You just
Interesting.
expect more goals.
I just typed in Daniel Hemrick.
We were
Daniel
doing
Sedin.
so good.
We would, and we fell off.
Yeah, I fell off a little bit at the end. I think we started to overthink him a little bit. Henrik only had 240 goals. Damn, that's crazy.
Wow. Daniel Sedin had 1 40-goal season.
That's what, I guess it was always their line mate who was the one scoring.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like
true.
Anson Carter, Todd Bertuzzi. Like those guys were always scoring the
Even
goals.
Morrison was putting up a ton of goals.
That's right.
great
For a
pull.
bit.
Did one of them win the Art Ross?
Hemrick.
did? Yeah.
Didn't
So
Henrik
the-
win an MVP?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
The 1 year, which was 2010-11, that Sedin had his 40-goal season. Ryan Kessler also had 41 goals that season. Damn.
All right, Ryder, thank you for popping in.
Of course, anytime,
35
fellas.
minutes. Holy
Or
shit. All
just
right.
Fridays.
Yeah. Ryder from The Sauce, weekdays on The Sauce YouTube. Shout out to our friends at Derek, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat. Wow, they do everything there. Again, Ryder, weekdays are at a new time, by the way, 9 a.m. on The Sauce YouTube. So giddy up there. That was a good game, Aaron. That really got my brain twisted up a little bit. Speaking of guests, you had something to say?
I was just going to say the numbers in the NHL are always way crazier than you kind of think they would be.
Yeah.
Like the reason we did that game is because yesterday we were talking about the all-mark draft and like his games played, and like Juju Kara had more games and Devin Shaw more games. Like, it just kind of blows your mind a little bit. So it was a good one.
I had Eric Johnson on DFL Live today, the former Avs defenseman, first overall pick,
yeah.
Stanley Cup champion. He was awesome. People should go find the interview on the Daily Face-Off YouTube. He was great. I got him to tell me the story of him laying in bed with the cup.
Nice.
He's working in media now, so that was really, really fun.
Where's he working?
Colorado.
Oh, nice.
So we talked a bit about how good the Avs are as well.
He was a real trendsetter when he was drafted. In the sense, he was the first overall pick, obviously. The first guy, he was the last guy to go down as being a first overall pick. I think he went to college until Owen Power. Everyone in between kept right to the NHL. So that was 2006 to what, like 2002, 1?
So
2021, sorry.
He was the first American-born defenseman to be drafted because he was picked in, he was the first American-born defenseman to be drafted out of the USNTDP. He actually wasn't drafted as a college player.
Then went to college, right?
Went to college because remember he broke his leg in the summer.
I don't remember anything about him. What school did he go to?
University of Minnesota.
Damn it. Yeah, he was a good player. I mean, like, look, like, I think Colby has made this point on Morning Cup Hockey. If you listen, and we talk about it too. Like, it gets to a certain point in your career where, like, the number you were drafted at just becomes very irrelevant.
Yeah. Look at Luke Shen.
Yeah, Luke Shen. Winnipeg doesn't have a second-round pick, by the way, this year because of Luke Shen. They traded second-round pick.
That was probably dumb.
But you look at Eric Johnson, it's like, the guy carved out, 1,000-plus games, first overall pick? Yeah, he only had, like, however many points it ended up being. But solid career. Well, great career. Should not even solid. Really good career.
What's trending? Rick Dollywall out in Vancouver.
Oh, boy, this is hilarious.
This is great. And listen, I'm not here to like shit on guys reporting or whatever. I don't want it to come off like that. But Rick Dollywall throws out that the Canucks circled back to the Oilers and said, like, hey, would you want to take Evander Kane back? Okay, so there's a couple things we need to remember here. Evander Kane has a cap hit north of $5 million. The Edmonton Oilers would have to sacrifice north of $5 million in cap hits to afford Evander Kane. And that's just not happening. Like, you're not going to trade. I also think we're maybe just a little bit misremembering who Evander Kane was the last little bit with the Edmonton Oilers. But, like, you're not giving up Mangiapane and Henrique just to bring back Evander Kane, I don't think.
No.
And also, Henrique's not waving to go there. And Trent Frederic's not waving to go there. So, like, that's just not... The cap would never work. Secondly, because I know, and there you go, Sofa King. Sofa King says, retain 50%, and yes, the Edmonton Oilers cannot acquire Evander Kane in a retained salary transaction. Cannot do it. It is not allowed in the CBA. They can retain on Evander Kane and trade him to any team in the league that is not the Edmonton Oilers. You cannot acquire a player with retained salary if they were on your roster in the last, calendar year.
Yes.
There is only one way for Evander Kane to come to Edmonton if it's not at his full cap hit, and it would be if he and the Vancouver Canucks agreed to mutually terminate his contract. Then and only then could he come back to the Oilers for less than $5.2 million. And I looked, Puckpedia had answered that question. People are saying Mangiapane and Frederic for Kane. I do that because you get out of the Frederic money, obviously. Why would Trent Frederic put up his hand and say, yeah, I'll go to a rebuilding Canucks team. I'm good, Edmonton. I know I signed up for 8 years because I want to win Stanley Cups and all that, but like, it's a little much for me. There's no way.
Where does he fit right now? We talked about it, we joked about it, like the pace of this team needs to improve. Mm-hmm. And we look at that third line, it's like exciting to watch. It's fast, there's a lot of offense. Like, you bring back Evander Kane, then all of you that complain about Howard's and Savoy's minutes throughout the year, you're just bumping those guys down the lineup. Like, you're literally paying $5 million for a fourth line player. They're already doing that. Not quite as much, but like, we talk here, and I would suspect this is something to do with like a Mangiapane trade. I would assume it is probably the other side of it.
Yeah, and the only thing I don't know is, well, no, you can't do the double retention thing anymore, and we're too late for it to happen. So yeah, like there's no way. So
they could trade into another team, get that retained, and Edmonton could acquire from that team.
Yep. Yeah. Kane, and this is something I wanted to look up. because, again, Alex Tessier is an example that was thrown out there of like a guy who has terminated his contract. He had $2 million left.
Yep. David Kemp.
Last year it was Brandon Saad. Guys who have put up their hands and said, I will lose money to go to a new spot and Tessier is going to get paid this summer now because he's having an awesome year in Montreal. He just scored a hat trick last night. So Evander Kane has $4 million left on his his salary this year was $4 million. Okay. The bonuses and stuff made it so his cap hit's obviously higher, but his salary this year is $4 million. We are just over halfway through, which means he's still owed, we'll call it $1.9 million for the sake of simplicity. By the time the deadline comes around, he's probably going to have about $1.5 million left on that deal. Do you really think Evander Kane is going to give up on $1.5 million just to come back and try win a cup with the Oilers, who, granted, could sign him at a prorated $1 million? So let's say he's losing $1.25 million. Do you really think Evander Kane's giving up on $1.25 million of cash to come back and try win a Stanley Cup with the Oilers? I'd be stunned.
Not if you look back at his history off the ice. In terms of, like, didn't he get sued? Like, there's no way that guy's leaving money. And, like, he shouldn't leave money. That's what I'm saying.
I would not advise him that, yeah.
No, but, like, again, he doesn't fit the mold of what Edmonton want. Vancouver stupidly accepted the deal to take back all his money when literally everyone, even people in Vancouver, is like, what are you doing? Like, it's so dumb. Sofa King continues, as I responded to him being like, possible but not silly. They said, we have zero sandpaper. Trent Frederic literally fought last night.
Yep.
Podkolzin kills everyone that gets near him. Daniel Nurse is a good example. A lot tougher than people give him credit for. I think Lazar is like, he's not a tough guy, but he plays hard.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's what I want. I want guys who play hard. I don't need bruisers.
I just don't think it's going to work so for King, unfortunately. But I can understand why people like Evander Kane too from his time in Edmonton. He had really good moments, and I get it. Like, I was a fan of him as well, but I'm also a fan that he's no longer here.
I agree. They had to get out of that money. Yeah. It was a great move to get a pick and get out of the full. Like, I still can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
All right. Our second guest of the day is brought to you by the Nation Vacation to Las Vegas. We are heading back to Sin City, March 24th to 27th, and we want you to join us. You can get in today and lock in your spot with a 20% deposit, your spot on the vacation. Round trip flights to Las Vegas, round trip transportation to and from the airport in Las Vegas. Ticket to the game. We're sitting in one of the foyer lounges where your food and your booze is included. So think about that. The conversion right now, the dollar being what it is, the fact that your beers are going to be free, that's at least a couple $100 perk. The fact you don't need to get to and from the airport, great. 3-night stay, Circa Stadium Swim, my favorite spot. I will never stay anywhere else in Vegas. You can join us. We did basically this exact same trip last year, and it was so much fun. Join us this time. nationgear.ca, limited spots remaining. Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period covers the LA Kings, covers the NHL, Sirius XM, joins the show. Dennis, how are you doing?
That's a hell of a trip. Can I go?
1,000% you can. You show up, first round's on me. Even though the Oilers Kings, I don't care. I will buy you a drink, Dennis.
Ty, keep hope alive. Your team won last night. You weren't too confident going into that game last night, so we'll see.
Yeah, no, I texted Dennis and said the Oilers are coming off a game where they beat the shit out of the other team and are playing the worst team in the NHL. I was like, they're losing, but they didn't. And Edmonton now wakes up this morning tied for the top spot, at least points-wise, with the Vegas Golden Knights. I want to talk, obviously, Oilers, Kings tomorrow, first meeting of the regular season between the two. One thing that stands out when I just kind of look at the surface numbers here of the Kings is that the offense has really struggled this year. How surprised are you that goal scoring's down?
Let's see. Quentin Byfield is getting paid $1 million per goal he scored this year. He's scored 6 goals, and he's making $6 million a year. And big picture, Ty, we were talking about like next year for this team with Kopitar leaving, they need a 2C. If Byfield's going to play this way, they're going to need a 1C next year. It's not been good. The offense has really struggled. There's been some injuries. One of my guys, a guy who played, who I really like, I got to know, was Warren Fogle, banged up all year. He needs a stronger second half. Same thing with Trevor Moore, probably dealing with a concussion issue. It's mystifying, but it's not really that mystifying, Ty, and here's why. Right? This team has 1.5 defensemen that can move the puck. Brant Clark and Drew Doughty can throw a good stretch pass. The fact that Gavrikov isn't here anymore and Spence is not here, that's one of the symptoms of the struggling offense right now, and it's a tough stretch. Now, Ty, let's be real here. I've been joking about this, but if the Kings would lose tonight to Winnipeg, a team that's lost 11 in a row, and comes into your city with that media, boy, I feel sorry for Jim Hiller. All those questions from Gregor and Speck and Rashog about, wow, you just lost to a team 11 in a row. They're on the precipice. And then after Edmonton, they go home and play Dallas and Vegas. This is a huge stretch. If guys want to stay around, they better start winning games. But most of it's been offense because I think they have the fourth best defense in the league. And they have the guy who should be the starting goaltender in the Olympics, in Darcy Kemper.
So you mentioned like the blue line and all the other changes that have come to LA over the summer. Did you kind of expect it to go this way where the offense would be so underwhelming?
No, Liam, I didn't. And then this team's regressed. They're 15 points standing. They're on pace for 90. They were a 105-point team. And what did they do? What did Holland do? Like, what was the rap on this team when they played the Oilers last year and in other years? Not tough enough, not big enough. Corey Perry, Armia, who've been solid. Like, I graded out these guys. Armia got an A and Perry got a B. And then Dumoulin and Ceci. Well, you don't have to talk to you guys about Ceci, right? Dumoulin has been okay. I think what Kenny did, he overcompensated here, right? Too much size, too much veteran presence. And now you have a team that can't move the puck, that isn't scoring a lot. And you have, like, look at that lineup tonight. Now, I know, look, here's the other challenge with this team, right? Their prospect pool. They have 4 forwards injured. Here's their 3 recalls. Taylor Ward, Andre Lee, and Cole Gutman. So you can't really hang this on as much as they want to hang it, some fans, on Kenny Holland. Rob Blake really didn't do a good job here. The team isn't a Stanley Cup contender. They have a shallow pool except for goaltending. They have a great goaltender in Darcy Kemper, 3 prospects. But Liam, Ty, the last time I checked, you play 1 goaltender a game.
Yeah.
How about some defensemen or forwards? You're going to have to trade one of these guys for it. And now, what's their chatter? Okay? Now you're talking about seriously trading Quinton Byfield because you can't produce at a third center level when you're supposed to be the first center. It's been a really tough season. This team has been tied going into the third period. They've lost 11 games tied going into the third. You could say it's the scoring, but it's everything. It's the coaching as well. Like, they can't execute at the end. The combinations, the forward walls putting out at the end of games, they can't find a win games. And they've lost 15 one-goal games. You can hang it some on the players, but it's a collective regression by this team, organizationally wise.
So usually when a new GM takes over a team, he's got his, 18 to 24 months of, we'll say it's a grace period, right? Where he maybe doesn't have to be ultra aggressive and all these things. But Ken Holland is not your usual GM hire. This is not a guy who, he's not going to sit there and sit on his hands and go, well, we can miss the playoffs this year and I'll try again in the summer. Like, he'll be active, right? He's going to be trying to solve some of these problems in the next 2 months before the deadline, right?
Well, he moved out an unhappy Phil Deneau, who wasn't happy with his role. They have $8 million in cap space, so I assume he's going to use it, right? But I know they talk about getting forwards, but how about a guy who can move the puck on the blue line? But who are you going to move out? You can't trade Ceci and Dumoulin. You're not going to trade Drew Doughty, right? Mike Anderson's staying. Brant Clark's the future. So I would assume Kenny's going to be aggressive, try to get some scoring, because if Foegele and Moore are not going to produce at this level, which is underappreciated, you got to go get a middle 6 forward. You're probably not going to get a top 6 winger, because who's trading a top 6 winger? Everybody's right. The other thing, Ty, is like everybody thinks they're still in it. There's like 31 teams. The one guy who's probably sitting real pretty is probably Conroy in Calgary. Yeah. He's got the goods to trade. They're not a good team, right? But everybody else, who are you going to go get? Panarin? And here's the other thing, and this is really big picture for this team. If you're Panarin, let's say, and let's go to the offseason, and they want to give him $11 million a year. When you look at the roster and you look at how they play, what talented player wants to come here and play in this system? There's a lot going on here, Ty. So, well, I think, can he be aggressive? Yeah. Look, Kenny's not going anywhere. Like, he's going to have a honeymoon period. And again, the work that Rob Blake did over 8 seasons, he can't undo in one off season. So I expect them to be more aggressive, especially if they still struggle to score, because they're right there. They're still there. The season isn't over. So maybe one big move could elevate them to the top 3, which they probably really have to do.
So obviously the Olympic teams were just announced the other day, and Drew Doughty is back on Team Canada. Could you just give our listeners a bit of an idea of how he's played this season?
He's played okay. He probably got that on reputation, Liam, to be honest with you. Drew has more shorthanded goals in the last 2 seasons than power play goals. One. He's got one shorthand. He doesn't have a power play goal. Now, great, he was hurt last year. He played only 30 games. So that's what, 70 games? He has no power play goals. So he's been good enough. And look, in a big spot in a big game, would I trust him? Of course I would. Now, he might be the 7th defenseman, but I think the biggest thing with respect to the Olympics is he made it. So now he can, for the Kings fans, he can focus on playing better in the second half. But he's a gamer. Like now, but if you watch the game against San Jose, Liam, he has trouble with speed. How many times did Celebrini blow by him in that game? Took 2 penalties. He's having trouble with speed. So he's got to be spotted right. It's not the Drew Doughty who plays 27 minutes a night who won Stanley Cups. He's got to be spotted with the right pairing, and he's got to be spotted against the right line combinations. Because speed's really, you could see, although I still love the player, love his compete, he's certainly not the same Drew he was 5 years ago.
I guess last one for me, Ken Holland, when he came to Edmonton, was always, he'd never fired a coach mid-season. He fired 2 coaches mid-season in Edmonton. Yeah. Do you think Jim Hiller's safe this year, or could it get so bad that a coaching change needs to happen?
Okay, well, the last time a coach was fired here in Los Angeles, he lost 13 of 17. That was Todd McClellan. Todd's doing pretty good in Detroit. I don't think that's going to happen because there's not enough losing yet. They haven't fallen out. And here's the other thing, Ty. Ken Holland said that he made a decision after sitting with Jim Hiller to keep him. When you probably had 6 coaches who are more experienced and frankly better than Jim Hiller, right? Tortorella, Laviolette, your buddy Jay Woodcroft. I could give you 6, Bruce Boudreau. So how does it look when you say, this is the guy I chose over those guys, and then 50 games into the season, you fire him? The optics are terrible. So I think that Jim's tenure will last through the regular season, and they find a way to win in the playoffs, he'll probably stay because this team hasn't won a playoff round since they won the Stanley Cup. If they miss the playoffs, I don't see how he survives. I really don't. And if they go into the tank and have a big losing streak, and they could against the schedule, that's a really tough schedule here, maybe they make a change sooner. I don't see anything imminent right now because of the injury factor and the fact that they're so close to a play. They're in a playoff spot, but it's really tenuous right now.
And that's what. Sorry,
you go.
I was going to say, that's what makes this game tomorrow so interesting, because I do think if I can put on sort of and go to an LA Kings perspective on this, man, if you can make a statement win tomorrow, maybe this is a game that can galvanize that group and kind of bring them together if they can roll into Edmonton and beat the Oilers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because I don't have them winning this game. They're too short-handed. You got, Andre Lee, Alex Laferriere, if Kopitar doesn't play, your number 1 center. It's going to be a tough go. If they do that, that is a statement game. But they had a statement game, Ty. They were up against Tampa with 3 minutes to go and gave up 3 goals in the last 3 minutes. A game against a really good team, and they blew that game. So if I'm a Kings fan, I'm managing expectation. You got to win the game tonight, Ty. That's the crucial game. You're going to lose to a team who lost 11 in a row is really, really down. You can't lose that game. You just can't lose that game. So, and if you do, then you could excuse. So if they won tonight and got blown out at Edmonton, you could, okay, Connor went crazy. Leon threw that. And I want to say one thing. That backhand pass that Leon threw last night to Connor, there's 2 guys that can do that. Just, I'm an LA guy. I love watching this team play. That play was just, and it's undersold. But when you see that talent, so when I see a play like that, I'm going, okay, this team that's that shorthanded is going to go up and beat this team tomorrow night. You're right, Ty. It would be a statement game if the Kings won.
I always, and I hammer this point home a lot, we are so lucky that we get to watch those 2 guys. And I tell the Oilers fans who watch, I'm like, you are going to remember this stretch of hockey for the rest of your life. Like Connor McDavid scored that goal against UC Saros the other day where he flies into the zone and totally undresses him. And we had Jason Demers on yesterday, and he was like, he talked about how he was doing NHL Network that night. He's like, we didn't even react. And I'm like, yeah, because for 95% of the league, that's the nicest goal a player would ever score in their career. For Connor, that's the 12th nicest goal he scored in the last 6 months.
Yeah, it's a privilege and a pleasure to watch this player play and talk to him and stuff. It's just, just when you think he's done it all, he does something else, right? And then remember, he doesn't score that many goals. Okay, guys, watch me. It's like he's laying for criticism. And whatever the criticism is, he responds to it and overachieves in that area. It's great to see. And it offsets some of the other players you have on this team who really aren't playing well.
Yeah. No, that's definitely, I am not hiding behind the fact that this is right now 2-ish line team.
Yeah.
And I even went saying that.
Yeah.
But Dennis, I know you're busy. You are the man. We appreciate this. The analysis was great. And enjoy the hockey this weekend.
Ty, Liam, always great being on Oilersnation.
Thank you. There you go. Dennis Bernstein, the fourth period, Sirius XM, does a whole bunch of stuff. The fourth period guys are awesome. So happy we have, we have Peñota on board. Dennis always says yes to us, even though he's one of the busiest guys in hockey media. 10 out of 10 stuff. And listen, that's the other thing I like is he's a guy who's in LA, obviously covers that team closely. Not afraid to tell it like it is.
No, there's no.
And that was eye-opening too.
No BS.
Nope.
No BS at all. It's quite good. And I think people in the chat actually quite appreciate
I loved it.
his insight on what the Kings are all about. And I mean, you look at it and you can't really cover it up. They're second last in the league in scoring. And Quinton Byfield, 6 goals, $6 million. That's also like really good contract if you can get going again. Yesterday when we were like, who's the next Trevor Zegras? Is it him? It's a little bit different, obviously, the contract, but and I think he would cost more for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. But is the next guy Quinton Byfield? Could you not see Ken Holland being like, it's not working, we got to let him go?
Can't win with him.
Yeah,
watch my Oilers beat a team with him on there 3 times in a row. You can't win with him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can see that.
You know who I was thinking of as a fit there is just that kind of went on because Dennis goes, they have $9.6 million in cap space. It's like, oh yeah, shit, they do.
Who?
Evander Kane's one phone call away, Kenny. But also,
oh man,
I could see Ken Holland doing it. Given the battles they had, I think that's dynamite in that room, right? Like that might blow up. I don't know if there's a ton of I think there's a lot of guys like if the Oilers, were to bring in Brad Marchand. If they would have signed Brad Marchand on July 1 after the Cup final, I think there would have been a lot of mutual respect.
Yeah.
And all right, we had our battle, but you're here to help us now. I do not think Evander Kane walks into that Kings locker room and has Drew Doughty going, Evander, great to have you.
Great to see you, Evander.
Don't think that happens.
Oh, that's a good point.
The style of player is what I was like, Ken Holland, if he could if Evander Kane's name was something that wasn't Evander Kane, Ken Holland would have him there.
Aging power forward that has proven he can score in the playoffs. Yeah, it sounds like a perfect fit to me. God. But then you could counter, I guess, and be like, Corey Perry worked with him here. Yeah, that's the only way I think you could spin it, though. But I think you're right.
I'm just going to whisper this. How sure are we Corey Perry liked Evander Kane?
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm not saying that. I mean, he was able to kind of control him a little.
But again, that's where I think it's different, where I think there's mutual respect with guys in Corey Perry. End sentence.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Perry would hate Kane in LA. Yeah, that's what I mean. Kane to LA is not even as insane as Perry to LA. That's different because Perry was a duck, but Kane was a shark. So
that's true.
And they had playoff battles back then too.
Yeah. I know Corey Perry in tomorrow's lineup either. He's away for personal reasons, so we'll have to wait for his homecoming to Edmonton. Homecoming, do we call it?
Yeah, sure. Lance says players don't hold on to grudges as much as you think. Look at Manning and McDavid. I don't think it really ever came out all that publicly, but Connor McDavid wasn't happy.
Yeah, that's a bad example.
God love you, Lance, but bad example because Connor McDavid didn't like when they did that.
And the reason players don't hold on to grudges that much is because, like you said, there's a respect for it in the game. When you do certain things, it's not respected.
Yeah.
Deep down, everybody's holding grudges.
Yep.
Yeah.
One quick thing. Chris Johnston, the first Olympic test event at the Olympic Arena in Milan. They went today. There's a look at the arena from
beautiful. 197 feet, I hear.
So they started playing their first game, and it has been delayed because there's a massive hole in the middle of the ice. They have a watering can on the ice. They're trying to fix it. So look how short that takes Connor McDavid 0.8 seconds to get through that neutral zone. That's hilarious. If
you are a fan of AJHL hockey, that is the RJ Lalonde where the Bonneville Pontiacs play. Their neutral zone is insane. Absolutely insane. I wish I could say I can't believe it, but everything about this rink is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Just hilarious. What's going on the left side of the rink there? In the stands, you can't see anything. You know what I mean? You can see it on the right.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
I think it might just be a general vibes area.
Yeah, that seems right. Good vibes only, it says as you walk in there.
Yeah. Eric Comrie versus Darcy Kemper tonight, by the way, for Kings versus Jets.
Eric Comrie revenge game?
I don't know. Maybe they claimed him on waivers at some point.
That's fair to not know where Eric Comrie has stopped in his career.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I didn't know the Kings were playing a second of back-to-back, and the travel from Winnipeg, time zone difference, all of that.
Bus.
The Oilers right now are plus 145 on the puck line. I might just lock that in just really quick right now. Just boop,
Darcy Kemper starts tonight.
He was the first goalie off the ice. Here's a
baby.
prediction. Darcy Kemper will play tomorrow in Edmonton.
Who's their backup?
He won't start. Anton Forsberg, who has a
He's been okay, right?
901. They keep pucks out of their net. They're just like 27th in scoring goals.
It's like Dennis said, he's like they're 4th in the league in goals against. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but they're 28th in the league in goals against.
Yeah. It's like what the Oilers were at the start of the year. They could score, no problem. Couldn't keep anything out the back of the net. It should be a fun game tomorrow. I'm going to the game. First game of the season.
Really? Who are you going with?
My fiancée.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, got tickets.
How'd you get tickets?
And her mum.
Oh, this was a Christmas gift, wasn't it?
No, it was just she got some from work. She's like, I don't like hockey. I don't want to go.
Oh.
So I got them.
Look at you.
Yeah, first home game of the year.
Leon Draisaitl had a 1,000-point ceremony tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be good. I would assume we speculated on it, didn't we? That I guess this is when his family probably was able to get here.
Yeah.
Decent timing. Be a good game Saturday night in Edmonton. So I expect a later puck drop, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been there for like a ceremony before.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably... I mean, do you want to be there for the ceremony?
I might go. I've never been before.
Sure. I was there for the Henrique one, and it took like 8 minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That was 1,000 games, obviously, not 1,000 points, but still. Yeah, Aaron, might be a late night for you tomorrow, pre and post.
Yeah, but we're back at Dog Patch, folks.
And you're so close to having 3 weeks off once the Olympics go.
I've just broken the season into segments. There was me going to Dominican, Christmas break, go hard for January, 3 weeks, maybe some game shows. Who knows, folks? But yeah, come on down to Dog Patch tomorrow. Should be a good time. All
right, wrapping up the show for our friends at Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Our NFL parlay, boys, finished the regular season. We missed 1 week, but we finished the season 3-13-1.
It's not bad.
That means our NFL parlay, and I know the record's wonky, but it was a between 500 and 600 parlay every week. We finished plus 6.71 units in the regular season. So,
can I 6.71?
6.71 units.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. So let's do it for NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. 2 games tomorrow, Rams and Panthers, Packers, Bears. Sunday, Bills, Jags, go Bills. Niners, Eagles, Chargers, Patriots. Monday, Texans, Steelers. Yeah.
I'm letting my heart get in the way. But I'm going with the over. I think it's 45.5 for Chargers, Pats.
44.5?
45.5 is the line here.
Yes, correct. 45.5. Okay, I don't mind that. I could totally see it being high scoring.
Points.
I could see New England like getting up by a lot and Herbert just having to bomb it to try to tie it up and like interceptions, shit like that. Sometimes that can be dangerous. Like a lot of interceptions can mean the under because like you start moving the ball downfield, then you get picked off. But I like that over. Liam, one you like?
I'm also going to go with my heart, but my heart is full of hatred for Ben Johnson. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers to win -1.5.
Really? They're the favorite?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, trust me, Ben Johnson will piss us away. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
So you know what I really want to find a bet for? Caleb Williams receiving yards.
Oh.
Like if I can find...
So dumb, but it's so good.
I'm like... Bet365 if you're watching. Maybe I'll send an email.
Offensive line touchdown, like something like that. Crazy.
Or you can do anyone else touchdown.
But Caleb is included in touchdowns, right? So like I want Caleb Williams reception.
Yeah.
Because Ben Johnson's gonna dial something up.
So stupid.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna do something stupid.
I know. But there's just I don't think they have it on Bet365, which sucks. Anyways, my pick this weekend, boys. Listen, I obviously think the Bills -1 is a good spot. I think I had a nightmare about the game last night.
A nightmare.
Oh my God, it was so bad. I woke up at like 3 a.m. in like a cold sweat. So here was my dream about the Bills game. This is legitimately
That's
stuff
not
I dream
good,
about.
Ty.
I know.
Good.
So Josh Allen didn't play week 18 because they were resting him because he's got a bit of a leg thing.
Same.
Yeah. So in my dream,
Snagging.
he got tackled really early and he couldn't walk.
Whoa, leg fell off.
But they were like, keep him in the game. So all they could run were jet sweeps and end arounds, and they came back. and they got up to a 3-touchdown lead, and it was 4th and 1, and they had to go for it on the 50, and I was freaking out watching it. And I was like, you got to punt. He doesn't have legs. And then I woke up. So I don't know if they converted it, but they were up, only doing end-arounds and jet sweeps.
Damn.
It's a crazy game.
I had a dream last night.
Josh Allen loses his legs this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
It's a premonition.
Lieutenant Josh.
I got to give my pick. Okay, you guys can veto this one. I kind of like the Niners +6.
Who do they play?
Philly. In Philly.
They're so
that's-
injured on their defense.
But Philly, if you consider that
Philly's
they're
offense
bad,
sucks.
That's what I mean. I think it's going to be like 24-20.
sure, I like
Yeah,
that
Okay,
one.
Niners +6. Niners +6.
What do
I'm
we
a
go?
Brock Purdy
Niners
guy.
money line.
What
are we at here?
Oh, what are we at for the parlay?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I got to plug it in. Come on. So Niners +6, the over in Pats Chargers.
Plus
This is going to be an
611.
awesome weekend. +611 and the Packers. I got +595.
Let's go in tomorrow. Okay, nice. I'm glad that Rams Carolina game is early because I don't want to watch it.
I'm also going to do a ladder play where I pick one player prop for Rams Panthers. Then if it hits, I'm going to roll the money into one player prop Packers Bears. And I'm going to try see if I can turn $50 into $1,000 by Monday.
Good luck. Wish you all the best.
If I'm alive in this thing on Monday, I'm going to be fired up.
Who's the Monday game? Houston, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
God, what a bad game.
So
Why
I
is
think
that not? Why is that not Bills Jags? You know what I mean?
I saw a funny Jacksonville account. Also, shout out to our boy down in Jacksonville. Jack Chevy.
Jack, I was going to say, I know his Instagram.
I know his Instagram, Jack Chevy. He also invited me down to Jacksonville, and I was like, I can't make it work, but I really wanted to. I saw a funny Jaguars account that they tweeted the Jags could make the Super Bowl and they'd move that bitch to 1 p.m. Eastern. I thought that was really, really funny.
That is a good one. Well, we have O&R.
Justin from Jackson.
Justin from Jackson.
I always remember the J. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I blanked on that.
If you're in the chat right now, please consider subscribing. Actually, if you're not in the chat, subscribe. Because if you're in the chat, you're always subscribed. Mm-hmm. So that'd be good. We got to get these subs up. Get some likes on the videos.
Yeah, we do.
That'd be good. Help us out.
We got to go do Oilers Nation Radio, so look for that wherever you get your podcast from later today and on the YouTube tomorrow morning, pre- and post-game tomorrow night with Aaron and the guys live from the studio. That is a wrap on today's edition of the show. Dennis Bernstein, awesome. Ryder, we kept Ryder for almost half the show. He was great. Next week, all the usuals, and we'll see what else we can get up to. But enjoy your weekend, everybody. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the hockey. Enjoy watching the Oilers beat the wheels off the Kings, and we'll see y'all back here on Monday to break it down. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.